How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Donald Trump just dropped a bit of a bombshell, announcing something crypto related on Twitter. I want to talk about that, along with some news about Gary Gensler. It's getting looked into right now. We also have some news from Tether to Ethereum, Bitcoin miners, global liquidity, etc. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this as soon as I make them. Also, there are going to be a couple links underneath the video. One is to Margex, where you can start trading cryptocurrency using leverage. We just got news that Coinbase Bitcoin just froze. The trading for Bitcoin on Coinbase froze. That was this morning, but just a good reminder, you want multiple exchanges. Even if you have one leverage exchange, try Margex as well. You can try this out. You can start trading. With the link underneath the video, you also get access to this Caspa airdrop. So definitely check that out underneath. And if you don't like Margex for some reason, there are some other links to WEEX, Blowfin, CoinW underneath the video as well. Now, the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, is under investigation by top Republican lawmakers, Jim Jordan, Patrick McHenry, and James Comer, for engaging in suspected political favoritism in his hiring practices. Now, I recognize one name here, Patrick McHenry. He's the one that has grilled Gary Gensler before in regard to how he treated crypto companies. And he's the one that actually, I believe, made Gary Gensler shake at one point. But this is interesting. I like seeing government officials be held accountable for their actions. Now, if Gary Gensler didn't do anything wrong, then oh well. But I think it is good to investigate, what he's actually doing, because he does hold a lot of power, especially within the crypto realm. He's been going after a bunch of companies, so I would like to have him kept in check. Bitcoin is mirroring U.S. net liquidity to a T. Both have been trending in the sideways downward chop for the past 6 months. You can see the liquidity not moving up, actually moving down a little bit and then sideways. Bitcoin doing about the same thing. Typically, when liquidity goes up, Bitcoin goes up. Global liquidity has been inching up, which has been something that people are paying attention to for Bitcoin. Right now, actually, Bitcoin looks pretty strong after those PPI results this morning. You can see Bitcoin tapping against 58.5 several times. This is about the same spot that we got rejected at back here. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Bitcoin can break this level. I would love to see Bitcoin back in the 60s. I think everyone would, but we'll have to wait on that. We do have the Fed rate decision coming next week. Actually quite excited for that. I think that's really going to indicate that the Fed is obviously starting to increase liquidity and should be a good sign for things to come. Obviously, a lot of it will have to do with how Jerome Powell approaches the press conference, but yeah, this is the new stage where we start lowering rates, which is exciting for risk-on investors. Some people are already investing heavily into Bitcoin, like Mara. They announced that they have 26.2 thousand Bitcoin, which is kind of a play on the word marathon, because a marathon's 26.2 miles. They have 26.2 thousand Bitcoin. They have a BTC value of $1.53 billion, which is 32.5% of the market cap. HUT, with around 40% of their market cap in Bitcoin. Keep in mind there are various other things too that play a role in how these companies are valued. Not just their HODL bag. Part of it is their margin. Part of it is how quickly they're accumulating Bitcoin, right? So that's why they're not only valued on this, but obviously, if Bitcoin moves up in price, if it moves up to $100,000, the companies that have more Bitcoin will probably do quite well. Someone check in on ETH, Tom Crown. It's true. If you look here, the ETH Bitcoin ratio is falling. I mean, this is ugly. This is about the same level that we've hit twice. I mean, look how bad this is. This was a big drop back on August 4, which was when the whole market fell. I mean, the Bitcoin ratio or ETH Bitcoin went down 20%. Oh, and that shows you the ETH Bitcoin ratio. This is not Ethereum going down 20%. It probably was much worse than that based on the fact that just this ratio fell down 20%. Bitcoin fell down that day too, I remember. Now, as you can see, we're tapping on the glass that we saw a couple times, 3 times already. And this is an area of previous resistance all the way back in 2020, at the start of the bull run, right? September of 2020. And then the ETH Bitcoin ratio went down when Bitcoin went on a massive rampage. And then the ETH ratio went up significantly. But we are down to 0.04, which is, less than 50% what it was at the very peak, the ETH Bitcoin ratio. So ETH dominance just cratering. It's not doing well at all. But, typically this would be a time where if you feel strongly about ETH, maybe you want to invest in it. Who knows? But there are obviously a lot of contenders now to Ethereum that are taking market share, like Solana. Tether recorded more profit than BlackRock in 2023. How crazy is that? Tether posted $6.2 billion in profits last year, surpassing BlackRock's $5.5 billion. Both of these companies, very pro-Bitcoin, but that shows you how much profit there is in crypto for some of the crypto companies, and shows you that they can probably possess some power. When you're making billions of dollars in profit, it's probably hard to push these guys around. It's also interesting, what I kind of led with for the video title. We have Donald Trump talking about crypto, and I honestly thought this might be a deep fake. I thought it might be a scam or something like that, because it's very grainy, and it's from Rug Radio, but this was posted on his Twitter account. Maybe he got hacked or something, but listen to this. Let me play for you what he just posted.
Join me live on Twitter Spaces at 8 p.m. this September 16th for the launch of World Liberty Financial. We're embracing the future with crypto and leaving the slow and outdated big banks behind.
Okay, so sounds like they're going to have their own crypto project. Obviously, Donald Trump has done stuff with NFTs in the past, but this just shows you where we are. One of the 2 presidential candidates is launching their own crypto project. Now, is this going to be the #1 project of all time? No, it's probably going to be a rug pull, or it's probably going to go down over time, right? It's probably going to be very hyped up, and then something's going to go wrong. I mean, there aren't that many projects launched from celebrities that actually do well, right? So I would not expect a lot out of this, but it's just so fascinating to see. We're literally seeing a presidential candidate that may win launch their own crypto project. How much has that changed from years and years ago? I mean, last time that Donald Trump was president, he was talking about how he doesn't even like crypto, how he believes in the US dollar. He doesn't like Bitcoin. Now he's talking about holding a Bitcoin strategic reserve. He's launching projects. I don't know. And no matter who wins the political race, you can see things changing, right? And whether it's for the better, rug pulling or having this project go belly up or whatever it is, I don't want to comment on that because I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but it just shows you again how fast things are moving, and the fact that this is going really mainstream. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video, though. I like to stick with Bitcoin. 80+% of my portfolio is in Bitcoin. Then outside that, I have some other top altcoins, and then I dabble with, maybe 5% of my portfolio, maybe 10% at times. Now, there's not a lot of information on World Liberty Fi right now. There's no website. I can see the Telegram right here. Just be careful if you do look this stuff up. Like, this is not open. Pre-sale is not open. These are scammers. If you look up Twitter, but they do have some information on Twitter. For example, they have different advisors and co-founders that they're working with. So like meet Corey Kaplan, co-founder and creator of Dolomite, an early Ethereum builder since 2017, CryptoPunk enthusiast, and one of the most innovative minds in DeFi. Corey has joined World Liberty Finance's advisory team and is one of the incredible people that they're excited to share more information about. They have more information here too. For example, Alexei Dolub, is now on the team as the founder of Web3 Antivirus and Pixelplex. Alexei has been a blockchain pioneer since 2013, building custom layer 1s and layer 2s. There's a few more people as well. For example, Cryptoggle, never heard of them, but they have 13,000 followers on Twitter. Global recognized cybersecurity expert. And then Raphael Jacobi, who is the founder of one of the first exclusively crypto-focused law firms in the US. So, yeah, I mean, they do have some announcements on people joining the team, but they really haven't talked about what they're doing, right? So it'll be interesting. They say that they're taking on the big banks, but obviously, like, there's a lot of risk at this point because we have no idea what it is. September 16, maybe they'll give us some more information. Flappy Bird is back. Might actually have a playing party because I know one of the people that has helped with this, but apparently Flappy Bird got bought out and is kind of turning Web 2, Web 3. I'll talk more about this probably next week, but it is Web 3 related now, which is kind of cool. Actually, if you play it, it's on Telegram, and at the end you can actually attribute or you can actually go to like a team, and I'm listed on there. My financial friend is listed. So if you go here, and I don't know if you can start downloading it or playing it now over on Telegram, or if it might be launched early next week, I believe, but be on the lookout for that. That's pretty cool. I saw like G Fuel talking about them too. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Really appreciate you watching. Again, just it's so fascinating to see the changes that happen over a few years. And it's crazy to think about where we could be a few years from now, right? What's to stop us from having a Bitcoin strategic reserve, right? I mean, multiple state pensions are already buying Bitcoin. I think governors have talked about buying Bitcoin as a state. Like, how many more countries, how many more states, how many more investment portfolios, how many more pension plans, how many more governments are going to be buying Bitcoin? It's going to be crazy. And we're still just talking about a few years down the line, what happens 10, 20 years down the line. It's impossible to know, but yeah, it is interesting to think about. Let me know your thoughts underneath the video. Really appreciate you watching. Again, if you want to trade crypto, if you want to try to, leverage up, if you want to try to accelerate your gains, I kind of think about it like driving a car, right? Like, cars can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, but you do the proper training, proper risk management, you can get where you want to go a lot faster. So if you want to do that, there is a link underneath the video to Margex. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.